Have you intendedly do that, or it was just go on with the flow?
Um, Actually, when I am so happy, I have the good mood and I can do a range of activities I have already planned before. For example, I need to go to the gym to have the physical exercise. I need to go to the I need to have my facial protection to go to the medical store. And sometimes I also need to clean my whole house and buy some necessity. And sometimes I also need to go to the park to enjoy the green scenery. And sometimes, or maybe I also need to have my classes to improve my professional, like having the oral classes and the writing classes. So I think there's so many things I need to do. I was so happy. However, you cannot avoid being sad, right? Disappointed. So whenever I don't have to go to moon, the first reaction is that I don't want to go outside. I just want to enjoy. I just want to stay at my house because no one can interrupt me. However, you will notice that you become sadder before. And so after that, I will force myself to go outside to do some activity, and I will pay for the money to do something, just to go shopping. But nowadays it is a rare thing for me to go shopping because I just want to have my own savings. So I will go outside to maybe just go to the park to have the running activity, or maybe go to the gym to have the physical exercise, or maybe just go to the facial, have the facial protection, and sometimes I think I also have the classes to talk with you, discuss with you, so that I can have the good mood. So maybe whenever I have the bad mood, I always force myself to do all kinds of activity. However, when I have the good mood, I am willing to do this kind of activities because it can make my life colorful and meaningful. So this is
Uh-huh.
my
Okay.
experience.
So that means you don't plan to do these activities all the time, but you just plan this whenever it calls for you to do it, right? Especially in special cases, just like when you are not in the mood or when you are sad. So you tend to plan for it, but not really in your regular schedule, right?
Um, Maybe for the physical exercise, maybe 3 times a week, and the facial protection once a week, and
Mm-hmm.
having the oral classes also 3 or 4 times a week sometimes. Um, but I think the most principle is that I follow my heart.
Okay. Anyway, so I also read from the article that, and I'm so guilty on this. So I don't know whether this is true, but according to the article, that we are unconsciously, I mean, we are actually every day doing this, but we didn't realize that it's harming our mental health. So looking at screens before bed, I'm so guilty on this because I always do this. Yeah. So I was thinking that, oh my gosh, this can actually harm my mental health. So what about you? Are you guilty on this?
You mean looking at the screen time?
Yeah, looking at screens before bed, like probably you're already on bed. I mean, waiting for you to fall asleep. So do you still look at your phone?
Always, every day.
So you're also guilty on this, right? It says in
um,
the article that this can harm your mental health or our mental health. So do you think so?
Um, Maybe I don't read this kind of article in my place, but at least I know, looking at the screen before bed easily makes you suffer from the insomnia. I know that. However, I can stand doing that because I was so, I think I just want to relax myself, or maybe I just a lack of discipline, so I cannot escape from my mobile phone. But
Mhm.
sometimes, I was so tired, I will escape from my mobile phone. So I will not feel guilty. I know maybe it is a bad thing, but I cannot help doing that. Okay, accept that. Accept that. But
Yeah,
at
right.
least, but at least these things cannot harm your, I think, these things doesn't hurt your health. I mean, you don't need to watch this mobile phone. Well, you don't need to look at the screen for a long time. Just a several times is okay. And sometimes, if you want to realize and you just want to search for the information on your mobile phone very, very long time, okay, just accept that. And after that, you need to compensate that. Maybe you need to go outside for running activities, just improve your physical endurance, something like that. I never feel guilty. I think nowadays it is. I have to say that before bed, looking at the screen, it is also another way for me to relax myself. To because I'm being alone, right? So sometimes I think maybe looking at the mobile phone can make me connected with the world, not connected with my friends or family members, just connected with the world. He is also another partner for me to accompany me all the time in my life, right?
Mhm, mhm. Yes, that's right. But I think like what you've said, you can control yourself, right? So this is good. This is good that you know how to control yourself because for others, they become addicted, right? Like especially with the Facebook or probably the WeChat. So sometimes people will, scroll up, scroll down, and sometimes they don't know what they are looking for, but probably they are addicted to scroll up, then scroll down, right? Have you noticed
um,
that?
yes, but as you said it, just for this question, I also have my own perspective. And I am also addicted to the mobile phone because I don't have the good mood. I was so sad, disappointed. I cannot sleep well. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot sleep. So what things I can do? You mean I need to read books? I know it is a good thing, but my heart tell me I don't like to do that. So I just the
Yeah.
search for information on my mobile phone to kill the time, to make
Mm-hmm.
me less tired. However, whenever you choose to look at the screen, you cannot be tired. You're so excited.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
and
right.
I just want to say nowadays I learned something. Maybe sometimes I can control myself and sometimes I cannot control myself. I accept that. I think you cannot require everything should be perfect, or maybe you need to do perfect. If you let you in a great stress, if you
Right, right.
always harbor the stress in one step or maybe one procedure to the whole thing, you can finally, I noticed that you cannot succeed. You cannot succeed because you always pay attention to the perfectness from maybe of the one step, every single step. You just need to pay attention to the effect of the whole process. And sometimes you ignore that, sometimes you pay attention to that, and always just keep the right way, keep the right path to do the right thing. Sometimes if you just keep track, you are not on track of the road,
Mhm.
it's okay. Just have a rest and then just go ahead. Maybe this is because my experience. So nowadays I know how to change my way to have my relaxation and then just go ahead again. I don't want to put myself in great stress like before. Nowadays I need to open. I need to accept everything. I just want to make myself very happy to face everything.
Yeah, so I think yeah, like when you try to explain that one, I was able to grasp the idea that it's just like driving, right? So if it's in a highway, less traffic at that time, you can drive a little bit fast. But
Mm,
then if it's too much traffic, so try to slow down. Or if it's curvy road, so you have to slow down because we might not know that there would be accident ahead of us, right? So
yeah,
sometimes we have to go fast, sometimes we have to, slow down, right? But it depends on the situations. And on top of that, we have to follow our heart. Yeah. So
okay,
in
got
terms
it.
of, yeah, for the looking at screens before bed, you're right. As long as we can control ourselves, or although not every day, right? Like we should not do it every day because of course it also harm us. But then there would be time that can do that. I think the logic behind it's just because of the blue light from the screen. Sometimes it gives us the energy to be awake the whole night, even though, of course, it's time to sleep. But as long as we know how to control it, I think that's fine.
I feel happier than before, Sally.
That's good. And of course, congratulations. Because I think this is the very challenging thing to do to make ourselves happy naturally. I mean, like, it's real happiness. We can pretend to be happy, right? Like,
Mm,
not all people that we can see smiling, not all people that we can see what they are posting in their social media would be a happy thing, right?
mm,
Sometimes the people that you can see every day on social media, sometimes they are the saddest person. Do you agree with that?
yes, I agree.
Yes. And some people would be so silent, they are the happiest one. That's my observation. Okay. In my observation, most of the people who are silent, they are also happy. But most of the time, those people who are so
Talkative.
noisy, yeah, noisy or talkative, and posted a lot of their happy activities, sometimes they are sad.
Yes.
Yes. I think this is also the thing that I really want to learn to get rid of comparing yourself to friends and followers. And I'm so happy that I was able to get rid of this compared to a long, long time ago, or probably like 3 years or 5 years ago. I always compare myself to friends and other followers. And I realized that it just become, I mean, like, it just keep me sad. So nowadays I learn or I master the thing on how to not comparing myself to friends and other followers. What about you?
Um, Maybe nowadays I'm 28. I also in the age I need to compare with. I need to maybe I not need to. I compare myself with others, but maybe in the following years I just want to get rid of this. And or maybe I should say whenever after I remove from the previous house and I get rid of this because I think whenever you compare with others, you always fall into depression. I noticed that, and I always be troubled by others' step and maybe just actions. It is not a good thing for me, right? It's not a good thing. Others also can succeed in their future. However, because I was affected by their success, so I cannot be successful. Oh my God, it is a strange thing.
Yeah, yeah. Because we
So
compare, right? We compare
yes.
ourselves to
So
them.
nowadays, I realize that if you want to get rid of the fact that you want to compare with others, you need to keep away from that. You need to focus on yourself. You need to make friends with the new friends, not just the friends, or maybe just a new person. Like me, I go outside to find the coaches in the dream, or maybe find a yoga teacher, or maybe I also find another store. Just I enjoy being alone to explore the world, the people, the thing, anything else. So nowadays I have a peaceful mind. I don't need to consider, oh my God, maybe he or she has earned a lot of money. However, I don't earn a lot of money. I don't earn more money than him or her. Oh my God, it is a waste of my time if I think that.
Yeah,
So,
right.
mhm.
So it's not just a waste of time, but of course, this can just lead you to feelings of inadequacy or jealousy, and of course, loneliness arise. So you
Yeah,
have to cut it. We have to cut it. I mean, every individual, if they want to escape from mental depression or loneliness, they should stop comparing themselves to their friends and followers. Although it's difficult, right? Because you can see, and we are human, we are human. So it's really difficult, but at least we try to cut it. Cut, I mean, comparison, or I mean, comparing yourself to your friends and followers.
Okay, yes, I totally agree, Sandy. Actually, what's your new mind in the following years, especially dragon year?
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
Oh, I mean, what's your maybe opinion or maybe your perspectives about just in the following years? You also have another unique and new perspective. Like I just, for example, I just want to realize myself in the following years. I just want to make myself happy. I don't want to be trapped into anything else. And
Yeah, for me, I think I realized that I will not force things to happen if it's not meant to be. Because before I was like that. I was
Mhm.
like that, like, oh, why I cannot have this? I work hard for this, but I cannot have it. Why it doesn't permit me to have this? In fact, I work harder. So it stressed me out. But now, like what you've asked, if what's my perspective, if what's my new perspective in this year, 2024, I think that would be I would be thinking that if it's not for me, then it's not. So what I can just do is just do my best and then accept if it's not for me. I will not really stress myself to really get this thing, and then maybe I'll just give it to God. I mean, I will just wait for the timing that God give me this kind of thing. Let's say, for example, house and lot. So if it's not for me, I think I will not have it, right? I cannot get it. I will not really stress myself to work so hard and then forget myself, and it will just lead me to depression. So
Mhm.
probably I will work, of course, because that's also our happiness. I will work, and I will also find time to relax, engage with the nature. I'm so happy that we were able to talk about how we can get rid of this mental health, or the things that we do every day that we don't realize but actually harming our mental health. I'm so happy that we were able to discuss this freely